What's good, everybody? Gabriel from Infinitum here, and welcome back to the Infinitum channel. As you can see, we're shooting this on the Canon EOS R10, and in a few minutes we're gonna jump back in time to show us unboxing the camera. But why are we doing a camera unboxing video? Well, actually, it's all a false advertising. This video is actually to talk about the future of Infinitum OPUS. As you can see, we've been gone for a pretty long time. But yeah, recently we've had some thoughts about what we're gonna do from now on. And the last time we did an unboxing video for a camera was for the Canon 750D way back on this day in September 2017. And that video was a very special moment for us because not only was that Sam's first camera, it also marked the beginning of a new era for Infinitum OPUS. And I bought this camera because I think we're about to embark on a new journey for Infinitum. It's like the next generation. So it's like 750D, 90D, R10. We've got mirrorless now, no more DSLR. But of course I'm aware that right now we don't have any audience. But I sort of see this video as like a message or like a time capsule for all you gang members in the future. But anyways, we're gonna talk about all that stuff after the unboxing. So let's go back in time right now. Alright guys, now we're gonna unbox the camera, which we got from Amazon instead of Digital Camera Warehouse, because Amazon has business pricing. Well, we're not gonna waste any time. I got my trusted scissor. I'm gonna try to open this carefully. Don't need that. I got an SD card for this thing. And here is, there we go, there's the picture. The Canon R10. Okay, so the box is now black. Before it used to be white. Now everything's gone, yeah, dark mode. Oh, okay. So all the stuff is already just like right there. That's synchronization. Alright, so there's a battery, warranty, instructions in Chinese. Don't know what this is. Oh, this is to get the app. What this looks like is, it's the charger. Hey! So in Australia, you have to put in the wire, whereas in America, you can just flip open the plug and just put it straight into the wall. Oh, and we have a shoulder strap, so I don't lose my camera. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's the camera. Wow, sweet ma. It's so small. It's smaller than I thought. This is the EOS R10. Okay, we'll have a look at that later. And lastly, this is the last piece of the box. This is... Gotta be very careful with this because this is glass. Wow, sweet ma. Also sweet. This is a 18 to 150 millimeter lens. Very nice. Look at that. This diameter is so small, but then the backside is so fat. Okay, let's talk about the camera. As you can see, there's two dials. It's even got a small, tiny joystick that's so small. And for some reason, the focus lever is on the front. I don't know why Canon does that these days. Okay, so why did I choose Canon over any other camera that I could get? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's that we've always been using Canon since 2017, and I've always wanted a Canon camera ever since Sam got his 750D. He took it with him to Penang, and then I fell in love with the brand. As a kid, I always thought, oh, one day it'll be nice if I get a camera, and it would be nice to get a Canon, because that's pretty much all I knew. Why did I even bother to get another camera in the first place? Well, because this one that you're seeing me on right now, it's kind of trash. Like it doesn't do autofocusing so well, and in content creation you can't keep doing this to the focus ring, so you gotta have reliable autofocus. I think Canon just looks the best in terms of the design, and on top of that, the image quality, well, it's always got the best colors. Let's see if I can put the lens on actually. Okay, there's the sensor. Line up the red dot like that. Oops, my hands are so sweaty now. There we go, click. It's not so long. I was afraid it would be really long. Other than my attachment to Canon, I actually had a choice between this and the 850D. I spent a whole month just thinking about which one to get. The 850D, I wanted it because it's the spiritual successor of the 750D. You think all the way back to when I was 13, I wanted a DSLR. Well, 850D was the last DSLR. But why did I choose this one in the end? Well, practically speaking, this one had the most advantages. And it's the lens that really counts. The 850D had a choice of coming with the 18 to 135mm lens. That range is, it's good, but it's not as long as 150. And on top of that, I was watching reviews, you could see that the image quality is not the same. I think this lens has less distortion and it's slightly sharper. Bye-bye DSLRs. After I let go of the 850D, I still had to choose between this one and the R50, which was the one that I was thinking about getting last year. Well, if you compare the two side by side, this one still wins, practically speaking, because it comes with this kit lens. It's the lens that really matters. Okay then, that's it for the unboxing. Let's go outside and see how it performs. Alright guys, I thought I'd just shift over and do a vlogging style just to see what this camera looks like if we were to use it like this. But actually, I wouldn't really use it as a vlogging camera. I intend to get a small compact one, and that'll be for vlogging. This one will be more like for the very nice B-roll kind of thing. But yeah, I got some things to talk about. As I said in the intro, you know, this video is not really meant to be about unboxing the camera. We don't really do that kind of content, even though Sam wanted to at some point back in the past. But this is actually meant to be a message for all of you guys in the future. Yeah, this is a great test to see if this camera is performing so well and changing exposure all the time. But at the same time, it's also a good test to see how heavy it is, because this arm is already suffering. So why were we gone since 2023? Well, long story short is, I guess life just began for Joel and myself. We were living in COVID time, so Joel and I were not able to go out there and do stuff. But then 2023 was when the restrictions started to ease. So that's why the whole family decided that it was best if Joel and I went to university. And so we did. Yeah, this view is pretty nice. Maybe I should put on the tripod. Okay, it's exposing itself nicely. Great, make sure I look good in the camera. I'm my own costume and makeup guy. So yeah, that's why we disappeared in 2023, because at the same time, Sam really decided to turn Infinitum Studios. He wanted it to become a production house. So let's get back to the question, you know, what is Infinitum Opus now? And I think, you know, go all the way back to the past. When we started, we were just little kids. So actually, the only reason we were doing YouTube was because we wanted to be famous. Then around like 2018 or 2019, Joel's desires started emerging. He had this idea of making it more about our faith. He thought that, you know, as Catholics, maybe we want to be an influence for young people, especially in the context of video games. So meantime, as for myself, you know, I was very lonely because here we are staying stuck in home. We can't go out, can't do anything. Just doing YouTube, I don't know, just sort of made life feel a little more exciting, like there was stuff happening. I could pretend that stuff's happening. And that's when I started Infinitum Play. I realized that I wanted it to be about the family. I felt like I really belonged if I, you know, sort of captured memories like that. At that time as well, we were also watching a lot of Korean variety TV. And those shows were the things that sort of made me realize, you know, how important family culture is. Because I was so surprised seeing these people treating each other like family, even though they're not related. And that brought me back to our Chinese culture, you know, where we are Cantonese and Peranakan. We have the same culture. We call each other Che Che, Tai Tai, Mei Mei, Auntie, Uncle. And so I wanted to capture that culture in our videos, and I even tried to make our videos look like they were a TV program. The only issue is that I was doing it by myself. That's why it didn't really happen. But then around 2021, I realized I needed to make money, and I decided, what if we tried and turn the Infinitum YouTube channel into something that makes money? Obviously, it didn't work because I had no idea what I was doing. But then around the end of 2021, I came back to Infinitum Opus. And then we just kept making videos together. We were still hoping to make money. But then looking back, what we were actually doing is we were making memories. Each video we made, we could look back and have a laugh at it. And that was happiness for me. And then, you know, I always looked forward to making the highlights videos at the end of the year. Because then you can look back at all those memories and say, wow, Yeah, we did that. So yeah, at the heart of our YouTube channel is actually our brotherhood, the four of us boys. Are you guys doing okay? Oh man, you're getting hot. Okay, I'd better be quick before you explode. The thing about family is family has to be more. It's got to be more than just by itself. It cannot exist on an island. That was why sometimes it felt so lonely, because there's so much life in your family, but that life will become stale if it doesn't extend to people outside. A family cannot exist on its own. It has to exist in a community, a family of families. That's what communities are. A community is made of so many different families, and all these families, look after each other, and they behave as if they are all family, or one big family. So many times I would wish that we had more relatives living here, wish that one of us would find a wife and the family would grow, wish that our cousins were here, things like that, This is all very, very abstract ideas, but where does this lead us to? Well, Joel and I have an idea to start up some sort of Catholic media ministry. And yeah, that's sort of falling through with Joel's idea to evangelize young people. We were thinking of basing it on something like EWTN and Shalom World. And we're also thinking of naming it after our recently canonized Saint Carlo Acutis, because he's a young guy just like us, and he used the media to evangelize as much as he could before he died. And he was 15. What was I doing when I was 15? Well, that's when I started Infinitum Play. If we started this media ministry, which we still don't know what exactly it's gonna be like, we've had the idea of putting Infinitum Opus underneath St. Carlo Acutis Media Ministry. Because we had the idea of it being like EWTN, then it can be like the Korean variety TV shows. And Infinitum Opus will be one of those variety TV shows. That's like, wow, now Infinitum Opus, not only can it be like how I imagined it, but it can also be so much more. Because now it's not just about our family making memories, it's about extending out to the community, being an influence for young generations in the context of video games and other kinds of popular media. So that's where we had a new idea that our content would be about family versus media. Each of our videos is to build the family culture. We have a strong culture, and then we go to war with all these popular media artifacts like video games and movies and all that stuff. That's pretty much what we do all the time. Like if you look back at our old videos, we would criticize the games that we play, especially popular ones like Fortnite. I don't know, the idea is all very basic right now. But me buying this camera, just like how the 750D was the first step towards a new era, to me, it makes me feel like I'm getting serious about this. On top of that, Sam is not able to be our cameraman anymore. That's why I thought, well, let's keep the image quality consistent. Let's continue using Canon. But yeah, that being said, we are doing production much more seriously. For example, this video that you're watching right now, this is the first one that we are editing on DaVinci Resolve instead of HitFilm. And why did we move to DaVinci Resolve? Well, because DaVinci has all these other features that allow us to create a more efficient production system. HitFilm was just so limited, we just couldn't do stuff. We couldn't do things like advanced audio editing. Audio is a very important part of video if you want TV quality productions. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking here. What can you expect? Well, I don't know yet. I just know that from here on out, things are gonna change, and hopefully for the better. But it is my wish that all of our dreams since we started in 2017 would come to fulfillment. And that doesn't mean that they would look exactly like how we imagined it would be back then. It'll happen, but in a way that is much, much more meaningful. I'm looking forward to where we can go from here. Okay, well, that being said, I better stop talking, otherwise the camera's gonna blow up because it's in the sun. If you did like this video, please give us a like down below and share it on to all your friends, family, and pets. And subscribe today to join the Infinitum gang. Thank you all of you in the future who are watching this. I hope that this video ends up becoming a milestone. And looking back at it, we can say, wow, that's where we came from. And look at how far we've come. I'm looking forward to that. That being said, I will see you all in another video. Bye-bye.